mobility, access to more muscles, better flexibility, faster recovery. I'm gonna give you a little rundown on really what that's meant to me and how I've implemented that. So a while back, my buddy got me into mobility, and he started doing sessions and training people and getting into that industry, and we put a price on it. I got there, he gave me routines, educated me, helped me understand the brain and the body connection and how there's so many different variables with furthering range of motion. So your performance is better, you're recovering better, you're less stiff, all those kinds of things. So he gave me some good resources initially to get that going, right? Just to kind of do the actions it takes to be more flexible and more mobile and actually getting stronger in deeper ranges of motion. More mobility is more access to more muscle tissue. That was the best way that he pretty much described it to me. So I took those concepts and then realized I can keep learning and being a scholar on my own, right? So Instagram Reels became awesome. I'd search up ankle mobility, shoulder mobility, hip mobility, and you'd find out all these movements with resistance bands, specifically that would help you further your range of motion. I started realizing, okay, resistance bands are gonna be my best friend before a workout to activate all the muscles and get good blood flow in there with low resistance. Also at home, I'll do a little bit of here and there, and I'll do what's called mobility cars. You gotta look up mobility cars. It puts the joint through the full range of motion and just gives you really access and opens up the joint capsule, whether it's the shoulder, the elbow, the knee, the neck, you name it, spine cars. But that was one of the biggest concepts he told me that stuck every single day, is doing cars. So look up cars for each joint: ankle, knee, hip, back, spine, neck, wrist, elbow. So those are the big ones that stuck for a long time. And then finally, I downloaded this app on my phone called GOWOD, G-O-W-O-D, and it's like mobility range of motion, and I pay 15 bucks a month for that, and it puts me through different routines. And the best part about it is you can select massage gun, resistance band, foam roller, and it'll put you through a timed routine, and it has you hold stretches, it has you actively moving through them and expanding the joint and bringing good blood flow into there, and then it has used the mobility gun on the body, the foam roller, to get into like different positions with your back and shoulders and everything like that. So what I noticed quickly was, not only is my body loose and just overall feels good, you're just kind of like, everything's moving and feeling just like it's supposed to, but your pumps will actually enhance. So it's gonna like translate to better muscle gains in the gym and access to more muscles. You're thinking like, okay, if I'm looser and my muscle fibers are healthy, then I'm gonna have access to more muscles, so I'm not putting strain on my hip joint or my knee joint or my ankles or my spine. So the muscles will actually do what they're supposed to do because there's not a buildup of stress and tension in them and tightness. So I noticed I started having better access to like my bicep muscle, for example, and I'm getting a better shape on it. It's really cool too with the elbow and knee and all the different areas. So like if you have an issue that you're currently dealing with at a specific joint location, the problem is usually arising from an upper and lower extremity. So you're like, okay, my shoulder's feeling kind of tight. Okay, let's look at also like the wrist and the elbow, and then let's also look at the scapular and even low back to hamstring. It all ties in together. You just want to look at it as like these rubber bands that are tying in together. If the main point was the neck, look at the rubber band like of muscle fibers tying down the spine or the shoulder or the elbow. You just have strains of muscle that are working all together. So there's so many resources out there. That's the best part about this. Whether it's Instagram Reels, YouTube, apps on our phone, and just exploring ranges of motion. That's what's fun about it. You start learning these fundamentals of movement and stretching and active stretching and resistance bands. You just start taking a resistance band, stretching it, and holding an isometric and just moving the body around and getting all this stability and blood flow into like extremities that you need to be able to be functional and move around really well. So this has been a huge step forward for me, and putting $1 to it was the big piece. Okay, I'm gonna pay $15 a month for this app. I'm gonna focus on it. I'm gonna intentionally set 20 or 30 minutes aside and work on mobility. So that even though I love the weights, big time love the weights, I focused on the cardiovascular as well as the mobility, and everything just ties in. It just keeps you injury free and also gives you good activation. So let me know what you do for mobility, what your routines are pre, post workout. I want to hear all of it. Thanks, guys.